My name's Jason Crane, and hopefully you'll be able to join me over the next 15 to 20 minutes where we're previewing the big days racing at Flemington, the VRC Derby Day there, the start of the big Melbourne Cup week. And we've got all 9 races we'll be highlighting there, and we'll be highlighting some of the races up there in Sydney, the 3 main races, the Classic Legend for the sprinters, the Rosehill Gold Cup there for the middle distance horses. Of course, Think It Over looking to get a $1 million bonus there. And we're also going to highlight the main race of the day, the Golden Eagle. So sit back, relax. Hopefully we'll pick some winners for you, and we'll be back right after these messages.
Polite, punctual and priced right. 3 qualities you come to expect from your all-local taxi service. Goulburn Radio Cabs have been proudly servicing Goulburn and District for over 40 years. And this distinguished tradition continues to this day, offering prompt service 24/7. One phone call will meet your transport needs. Polite, punctual and priced right. 4821 2222. So easy to remember. Goulburn Radio Cabs. 4821 2222.
Our sponsors, Gold Press Printers, is a family-owned and operated business in Goulburn and has been serving Goulburn and surround since 1961. We would like the opportunity to supply you with an obligation-free quotation on your printing requirements. If you would like to inquire about pricing and any of our products and services, please contact Tony on 4821 1761 or email us at goldpress@osmail.com.au. We look forward to hearing from you and helping you with your printing requirements. Sponsors of FM 103.3.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the preview of the racing here on VRC Derby Day. We're going to kick off at Rosehill. We'll kick off and get Rosehill out of the way there. We've got 3 races to look at. The first race we're looking at is the Rosehill Gold Cup. It is a quality race over the 2,000 metres. The favourite here is number 2, Think It Over, at the $2.90 mark. We've got number 1, Gold Trip, at $3.70. And the next in the market is number 5, Lions Roar, at $7.50. And he's been the best backed runner early in the market, or at least early in the week. Open $8.50, out to $9, and now back into $7.50. I think the 3 favourites will go close to winning. I think the first 2 in the market are the 2 to look at here, Think It Over and Gold Trip. Gold Trip's got a very good base of form. There's a lot of depth and substance to the form that he's bringing over from Europe. Geramar and David Eustace have had to place him here after being scratched from the Cox Plate last week. And he'll go very close. He'll go close to winning Gold Trip. But I'm going to stick with Think It Over. He's been a good horse to us here at Turfzone, and I think he can win. Number 2, Think It Over, to beat number 1, Gold Trip. And the third number, we'll put in Lions Roar, number 5, on the dry track. If it was a wet track, I probably would have put Skylab in, but we'll go 2, 1, and 5, the numbers there on the Rosehill Gold Cup. The next race to look at is race 6. And it's the Classic Legend Stakes. It's, of course, the race named after the previous year's Everest Stakes winner. And we are looking at the market. Or actually, there is a scratching in the race at this point in time. So an early scratching, number 14, Prime Candidate, is the current scratching out of the race. The favourite is number 2, Masked Crusader, at $2.60, ahead of number 1, which is Eduardo, at $4. And then we have to go right down to number 10, Big Parade, the only other one under double figures, at $8. I think number 2, Masked Crusader, is a good bet here. His form at 1,200 is very good, but he does look as though 1,300 will suit him a little bit better. There's good speed in the race, so that should give him his chance to get home over the top of them. Of course, his barrier manners and his early speed is non-existent, but anyway, we'll see. I think he's got a great chance of winning this race. Number 2, Masked Crusader. I'm going to put in number 13, Lost and Running, for second. I thought his run was very good in the Everest. He's getting fitter, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was the one that can improve out of the Everest. I think Eduardo is a little bit of a suspect runner at the distance. So I think he could be the one that improves on his fourth and can improve and win the race. So I'll put number 13, Lost and Running, in for second. And for third, we'll put Deidra in number 3. There was a pretty poor effort from him in the Everest. He had every chance. But I think out to the 1300, that should suit him okay here. And I think he'll be the one that is just stalking the speed, and he can get home with the ones rushing late. I thought standout number 8, he barrier 1 should suit him nicely, and the dry track will bring him into the race. And Senior Fox wasn't a bad run in the Sydney Stakes either, so we'll put him in as a danger. But I've gone 2, Masked Crusader, to beat number 13, Lost and Running, and for third, number 3, Guitra, for me in the Classique Legend. To the main race of the day at Rosehill. It's the 2021 Golden Eagle for the 4-year-olds. Of course, we're $7.5 million in prize money, and it's brought together a good field. There's no doubt that the top 2 in the race book are the 2 class runners of the race, and that's where the favourites are. Number 2, I'm Thunderstruck's the favourite at $3.70. Ahead of number 1, Private Eye, at $6.50, and then down to number 4, Apache Chase, at $7, and he's been the best backed runner in the race. This is a tough race to work out. You've got form coming from all over the place. Of course, Victoria and New South Wales, but you've also got Brisbane form, and you've got the 2 internationals to consider there, and they do bring good form, the 2 internationals. There's actually 3 internationals in the race, with Annabelle Neesham having 2 there, but the 2 internationals, Laws of Indices and Maximal, do bring good form around top quality 3-year-olds over in Europe, so they should be respected, and don't take them too lightly, those 2 runners. I've steered clear of them. I think number 1, Private Eye, is going well enough to win this race. He's drawn a barrier, which probably doesn't look good on paper, but for him, that's a good barrier because there's good speed in the race and he can rush home in it with a clear run. So I'll put him on top. I'm going to go number 4, Apache Chase. He's drawn beautifully to go forward and either lead or sit just behind the speed. So I'll put him in for third. And I'm going to put number 7, Amish Boy, in for third. Put Apache Chase in for second. And I'm going to put Amish Boy, number 7, in for third. He's run some very, very good races. Yes, he's only won 1 from 19, but he hasn't had a lot of luck, especially this preparation with barriers. He's run 3 starts back behind Masked Crusader, is good enough to win this race. He's drawn a little bit better here. With the emergencies out, he comes into barrier 9. That should get him a beautiful spot somewhere in the mid race and with cover. And if he's good enough at the end, he'll get over the top of them, number 7, Amish Boy. So I've gone 1 to beat 4 and 7. I'm Thunderstruck's definitely a chance, but he is up in weight, and he hasn't got things his own way as he did have in the Toorak handicap. I thought that Count de Rupee, I like him as a horse. I think he's a very talented racehorse, and I think he can run a good race. As I said, the 2 internationals can run well here as well. And I also thought that I thought all 4 of the mares, Forbidden Love, Vangelic, Media Award, and A Tissue, were good enough to run well here, but I've settled on the 3 that I think can run well. 1 to beat 4 and 7 for me in the in the Golden Eagle. All right, well, that's just about it for Rosehill, ladies and gentlemen. And what we'll do now is we'll take a bit of a break, have a comeback, and we'll get stuck into the 9 races at Flemington on VRC Derby Day. We'll be back right after these messages.
As a community business, we believe in supporting the community through membership in community service organisations and community improvement projects. We care about the community. We are here for the family. We are here for the community. Love lasts forever. Contact John Crooks and his caring staff at RJ Sydney Craig, 4821 2122.
Sponsors of FM 103.3.
Goulburn workers, there's something here for everyone. We're really on the move now. We've got so much to share. Bop till you drop, or dance like Fred Astaire. There's food and fun for everyone. Come and try us out. There's entertainment all week long. That's what we're all about. Goulburn workers, there's something here for everyone.
Proud sponsors of this radio station.
Yes, we're back here, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us here on Turfzone Australia with a preview of the VRC Derby Day at Flemington. We're up to the first event of the day. It's the Carbine Club Stakes over the 1,600 metres. It's a Group 3 race for the 3-year-olds. And the favourite here is number 3, Predetermined. The favourite here is number 11, Fangirl at 250. We've got a Predetermined at 370, number 3, and number 1, Brigantine, is at the 460 mark. I like Predetermined, number 3. His 2 runs, I think his 2 career runs so far have been very, very good. A good 7th there last start in the Caulfield Guineas. The form from the Caulfield Guineas has stood up. Forgot you won the Vars last week, and Animo was, let's say, unlucky not to win the Cox Plate. Captivant didn't run well. He was the runner-up in the Caulfield Guineas, but I'm expecting the form out of the Caulfield Guineas to stand up here. He's drawn beautifully Predetermined in barrier 3. He can take a forward position over the 1,600 metres. This is not a strong field, and I'm expecting him to run well. So I've gone number 3, Predetermined, to defeat number 11, Fangirl. There's no doubt she's got quality. It was a good win at Goulburn 2 starts back. They thought of running her in the Flight Stakes, but they held off for the week and ran in the Reginald Allen the week later. And it was a good win by Fangirl, so I'm expecting her to run well here. Number 11 and number 1, Brigantine. The only query on him is that he had a strong 1,600 metres. Is he good enough to win a race like this? But he's got the quality in the class to win. The 3 favourites to fight it out here in the first, the Carbine Club, 3 to beat 11 and 1. Race 2 is the Hotham Stakes, a Group 3 race over the 2,500 metres. The last chance for runners to make the Melbourne Cup field. And the favourite here is number 4, Great House at $2.60, $3.60 for number 7, Mankayan, and $6.50 for number 9, King's Charisma. Now, you can look at this race one of 2 ways. Either Great House is a pretty good bet, or it's a pretty wide open race. For me, I think Great House can win. However, there is a word of caution here that his best form is on soft tracks. So just be aware of that. His best form is on soft tracks. That's where his highest ratings are. But I still think he can run well. 5th in the Caulfield Cup, 5th in the Metrop, and won the Newcastle Cup nicely before that. So he's in form. James McDonald aboard for Chris Waller. Drawn okay, or it's a small field anyway, so the draw doesn't really matter. I'll put him on top. Number 4, Great House. I thought King's Charisma, number 9. His 2 runs have been good. He got out to 2,000 last start. Looked like a horse. Looked like he was going to drop out there at the 200, but he got going again once he got in the clear room, and he looked like a 2,500 metre horse to me. So Jai McNeil on for the Mar Eustace stable, barrier 2. He should go forward. Whether he can, there's not much speed in the race, so he could lead, and expecting him to run well. Number 9, King's Charisma. And I thought number 3, Ladonda V, did enough in the Geelong Cup there to say that he's going well enough to win this race, or at least be a chance of getting into the placings. I've gone 4 to beat 9 and 3. And we're taking on the other one that's the second favourite, Mankayan, there in that event. Race 3, the Wakeful Stakes. It's a Group 2 race for the 3-year-old fillies over the 2,000 metres. And the favourite here is number 3, El Patroness at $3.70, $4.80 for number 2, Daisies, and then out to $5 for both numbers 1, Yearning, and number 4, Barb Raider. And those two come through the Group 1 flight stakes. And I think that's the form. I don't know why they're not the favourites, to be honest with you, but that's good enough for us. I've gone number 4, Barb Raider. I thought her run in the Guineas was very good. She was coming back 200 metres in distance, probably not the ideal pattern for her. She won well at the Oaks. She won the Oaks trial well here at Flemington at 1800 before that, and she's got quality. She'll go forward, and she meets Yearning better at the weights here. She gets the weight relief, whereas Yearning, being the Group 1 winner, has to carry the full penalty of 58 kilos. So I think that sways me around to number 4, Barb Raider. Yearning's definite chance to win. There's no risk in the world. She's absolutely a great chance to win this race, and then go into the Oaks if they do go on to try and get 3 wins in a row. And I've gone number 3, El Patroness. It was between her and Daisies, but El Patroness comes through the male races, the Superimpose and the Norman Robinson, whereas Daisies comes through the fillies races, which have been a little bit down below the level of the males, and El Patroness was able to win and beat the males at her 2 starts ago. So I put her in for third ahead of Daisies. I've gone forward. I think she's a good bet here to beat 1 and 3. Race 4, and race 4 is the Lithgow Stakes. It's a Group 2 race over the 1200 metres. One scratching of number 1, Kementari. So obviously they're running in the Classique Legend in Sydney. The favourite here is number 2, Camel Passer at $3.70, ahead of Oxley Road at $3.80, and the third favourite is number 4, Brooklyn Hustle at $5. I'm going to go with Camel Passer. He's won this race 2 years in a row. He's going for 3 in a row, triple defending champion here, and I think he can do it. His previous run when third behind Kementari and Zutari was very, very good. He's a great straight track horse. Barrier 2 should not be a problem in a smallish field like this. The others who are drawn wider don't get much of an advantage, and Craig Williams knows the horse. He's developed into a genuine Group 2 sprinter, Camel Passer, who can run well at Group 1 level. So with that in mind, I think he's a good bet. Number 2, Camel Passer. Number 7, Oxley Road. All he's got to do is run out a strong 1200, and he should be right here. His form is very good. He won well for us last start there in the Caulfield Sprint on Caulfield Cup Day. So he's going well enough to win, and he's down still on 53 kilos. So I'll put him in for second. And I thought Instant Celebrity number 3, back in distance here at the 1200, could run a nice race. So we'll put her in for third. I've gone 2 to beat 7 and 3. Number 8, Dust Decanter. He's been racing well for us, and he has mixed his distances in New Zealand in his career. So if coming back forward to 14 from the 1400, that shouldn't be a problem for him. If you like him, you can back him with a bit of confidence. So, but I've gone 2 to beat 7 and 3. The first of the Group 1s, the Group 1 Empire Rose Stakes. It's a Group 1 over the 1600 metres for the 3-year-old and upward fillies and mares. And this is a good field. We'll go through the market. Colette, $7. Mystic Journey, $5.50. Tafane is the $3.50 favourite. We've got Sierra Sue at $31. Still a Star is at $10. Nimmerly is at $34. Mirror Vision is at $26. Hungry Heart, $15. Amaralina's at $17. Cerilio Miss is at $23. Harmony Rose at $41. Kiku is at $34. Flying Mascot, $9.50. Pride of Jenny, $61. And Steinem is at $26. This is a good race. Probably, I think this is the best race of the day in Australia. This is a very good field. Group 1 form right up and down the list here. I'm sticking with Tasmania. I think the 2 Tasmanian mares can run very well here. And I've gone number 5, Still a Star to win. I think she can run well, or drawn to go forward, sit on the speed, or even in front. and she'll give you a good run for your money. Number 5, Still a Star. I put Mystic Journey in for second. Again, she's drawn to go forward from the gate here. She's won at the distance at the track, of course, winning the Australian Guineas as a 3-year-old. I don't know if she's quite at that sort of form yet, but she's really found good form this preparation. I think she can run well. Number 2, Mystic Journey. And for third, I'm going to put in number 9, Rolina. She just hasn't had a really good preparation. She's had an interruption there early on. She hasn't been out to the 1600 yet. I think she ran 6th at 1600 last start, but what I mean is she hasn't had a full preparation at 1600, which means 2 runs at 1600. I think she's just about right here, and if she can she's got a good record, the Melbourne way of going. If she can get a clear run at them in the straight, I think she represents the value at $17. Number 9, Amaralina. Plenty of other chances. Collett's a chance, but I do prefer her on a wet track. I know she can run well on a good track, but I do prefer her better on a dry. On a wet. Tafane is a chance, but again, she hasn't won at 1600. So, and this is a good 1600 metre field. So, she's run well at 1600, but she still has to win there. Sierra Seized a doubt at 1600. Nimmerly is the one that can improve on her last start. I thought she was disappointing at Caulfield when we backed her there in the Tristark, but she can run well here. Mirror Vision won well. Hungry Heart needs a dry track. If she gets the dry track, she's a chance. And Flying Mascot did win well last Saturday on Cox Plate Day. However, this is a far superior field than the one she beat. So I'm pretty safe and pretty confident with my 2 mares. Number 5, Still a Star, to beat Mystic Journey, number 2, and number 9, Amaralina, for third. We might have a little bit of a break there. We've got more Group 1 racing coming towards you, and we're going to come back after these messages with the Victoria Derby. We'll be back right after these messages.
The Goulburn Country Music Association meet on the first Sunday of the month at the Goulburn Workers in the McCull Lounge. They also meet on the third Sunday at the Goulburn Golf Club on the third Sunday of the month. Both days are from 11:30 to 3:30 and the cost is a gold coin donation. If you sing or play an instrument, why not become a member and join the fun of entertaining? If not, just come along and enjoy a relaxing afternoon with friends.
If you'd like to be a part of Goulburn's community radio station 103.3 RAM FM, we'd love to have you. Whether you're wanting to join our on-air team, volunteer behind the scenes, or simply have a seat at the AGM, membership is the first step. Head to ramfm.com.au/membership for more details on how to join Goulburn's community radio.
Yes, welcome back, listeners. Here we're up to our next Group 1 race for the day. It's the feature race of the day, the Group 1 VRC Derby, the Victoria Derby, a Group 1 race for the 3-year-olds over the 2,500 metres, and the market Forgot You at $4.20, Judicaka at $8.50, Allegron is $9.50, Gunstock's $4 and favourite, Aka Heroes at $34, Character is at $34, Jungle Magnate is at $18, Commander Harry at $23, Hitotsu is at $6.50, Cerberus at $34, Gun Deck and Clyde are at $61, El Rocco is at $101, Raging Bull $34, Cheerful Moment $51, T Waters is at $18, Zoomon at $34, Sebastian the Fox and King of Pharaohs at $126 and $26 for number 20, Spirit of Gaylord. This is a very interesting race here, listeners. I don't think the 2 favourites are a chance of winning. I think they're both in a little bit of trouble. Forgot You. He needs luck. He needs everything to go right for him to win here. And I'm just not quite sure if that's going to happen from his barrier. And the same thing with the favourite Gunstock. He's drawn out in barrier 19. Well, he comes in 4, so he'll come into 15 if the emergencies don't get a run. and I just don't know if he can overcome those. He hasn't really been a dominant performer leading into the Derby, and I'm just not quite sure whether he can overcome a bad start to the race, a bad first 300 or 400 metres. So I'm steering clear of the favourites. I think Forgot You is the better chance out of the two, but I just think they're a little bit short for me, and I'm going to go for number 3, Allegron. He comes with different form. He comes through the Sydney races, the Gloaming Stakes, as well as the Spring Champion Stakes at Group 1 level. I thought he ran well in the Spring Champion. He looked to be gone at the 200, but he came again and he was making good ground, at least on the second horse there late. Maybe the second horse never been kissed, probably quite didn't run the 2,000 metres out, but I thought he was coming strong. He's strong on the line. 2,500 should suit. We've got Brett Preble in the saddle for James Cummings, and he'll get a nice run from the barrier. He comes into barrier 8 if the emergencies don't get a run. So I'll put him on top of Legron. I think he's good value at around the double figures. I see him now to $9.50, and I'm not surprised at that. I think he can run well. I thought number 7, Jungle Magnate, I thought he ran just as well as Forgot You last week at Moonee Valley in the Vars. He's drawn better to sit a little bit closer here. He just had to get a little bit too far back from the barrier position that he had. And I thought he ran on nicely. Looks like the 2,500 will absolutely suit him. And he comes in with similar form to last year's winner, Johnny Get Angry. So I'm expecting him to run a good race at around the $18 mark. I think he's good value there, good each way bet. Number 7, Jungle Magnate. So I'll put him in for second. And for third, I'm going to put number 16, T Waters. Now, he ran third behind Gunstock there at Caulfield, and Gunstock had him cold. You couldn't back T Waters to beat Gunstock off that run. However, I think there are 3 factors that can improve him here. Number 1, he's drawn a good bait to sit close to the lead. He's also I think he's looking for the 2,500, and he's drawn better than the favourite has, Gunstock. So he should get a better run than what in this race than what Gunstock will, and he'll get every chance. I think he's good enough to run a top 4, and for that reason, I've put him in for third, number 16, T Waters. I've gone 3 to beat 7 and 16. I think they represent good value. I think some of the long ones, I think Character can run well. I thought his run at Geelong was very good. Can't believe he's $34 here, but I thought his run was better than Tudacarkas because he had a wide run to begin with. He had to make a long run from the 1,000 metres to go forward. The horses around him were not taking him into the race, and Tudacarka got the run on his back to go forward. So I think he's drawn to get a beautiful run here, Character, and I wouldn't be surprised if he ran a good race. Hitotsu's got the ability to win the Derby, but you have to trust the trainer here that he's got him fit enough for the 2,500 because he comes here straight from the Guineas run where he ran 5th behind Animo. And I thought the bottom one here, if he got a run, I don't think he will, but Spirit of Gaylord, number 20, I thought his run in the Vars last week too was very good. And he looks like a 2,500 metre horse to me. And if he happened to get a run, I could see him running a good race. But I've stuck on 3, Allegra, and I think he's a good each-way bet here if you want to bet. In fact, I think he's a place special, Allegra, and I've put him on top to beat number 7, Jungle Magnate, and for third, number 16, T Waters. Race 7 is the Group 1 Coolmore Stud Stakes over the 1,200 metres, and we'll go through the market once again. Shakiro's at $51, Artorias is $9, Ingratiating is $21, In the Congo's the $4.20 favourite, Home Affairs at $11, Pulale's at $7, Kalos at $11, Ranch Hand is $34, Extreme Warrior is $4.40, Extreme Flight's $26, Sword of State $34, along with Bruckner number 12, 41 for number 13 Overpass, 34 Marine 1, $61 Minsk Moment, and also Battleton, and number 17 Gimme Pars at $41. Good field. I don't think it's the best Coolmore Stud Stakes I've ever seen, but there's some good horses here. And again, I've got in the Congo and Extreme Warrior as the ones to beat, the two favourites. I think they're the two that come with the best form. Extreme Warrior, I think, brings the best Victorian form, and in the Congo brings the best Sydney form. So with that in mind, I'm going to go number 4 in the Congo. I think he maps well here to run a nice race. I'm not worried about him coming back from the 1400 and the Golden Rose. The only thing I am worried about is that this is still his first preparation. He has been up for a while, and whether he can freshen up as well as other horses who are having their second or third start here, coming back in distance, is a question. But I'm going to trust the trainer here. Number 4 in the Congo. I put in number 9 Extreme Warrior for second. I thought his win at Caulfield was sensational. He does step up a little bit in grade here, but I think he can run well again, number 9. And for third, I'm going to put in number 12, Bruckner. I thought his run in the Danehill was very good. He was coming back 1,200 to 1,100 metres there, back up to the 1,200 metres. That should suit him nicely. The only problem I've got is the barrier 1. I would have liked to draw out wide on the straight track, but if he can find a bit of cover, because he is a horse that goes forward, but if he can find someone to get behind and go forward with him, then I think he can run a good race at $34, number 12. Plenty of other chances here. I mean, Artorias is good enough to win, but it's not a very good recipe coming back from the Caulfield Guineas to run in this race, so I'm going to leave him ingratiating. He still has to win at the 1,200 metres. I know he was Group 1 placed last start in the Manikato, but he still has to win one. Home Affairs was good in the Everest, but good enough to win this. Galele is going well enough to win, but I don't know if he's good value at $7. I thought the stablemate Kalos, who won the Danehill, I thought he could run a good race at double figures. Sort of State, I think he can improve on what he's done in Sydney, so don't be surprised if he runs a good race. And I think Overpass, number 13, is good value as well. He ran a nice race behind Polele their last start, and the 1,200 down the straight should suit him nicely as well. And number 16, Battleton, he ran a good race behind Polele as well. So I think those two can improve, whereas Polele is probably right at his peak coming in. So I'm not sure if he can improve on what he's done in Sydney. Very good race, but in the end I went 4 in the Congo to beat 9 Extreme Warrior and 12 Bruckner. Race 8, the final Group 1 of the day. It's the Cantala Stakes, run over the 1,600 metres. It's a Group 1 race, and the market Zatori is $34, Cascadian is at 12, Superstorm 10, Rio Dini 9, Buffalo River 13, Arameo at $8, Ice Bath 10, Luna Fox 34, Carmelas 26, Quantum Mechanic 19, Shalo 850, Just Focus at $31, Romance is $51, Mr. Brightside is the $4.40 favourite. I'm not sure how that works out, but anyway, he is. King Magnus is at 23, and Flash R, the Brisbane Galloper, is at $151. As I said, I'm taking the favourite on big time here. I'm just, he's an up-and-comer, but gee, he's up in grade severely here, and $4.40. Well, you can back him if you want, but I'll be taking him on. I've narrowed it down to 5 hopes here. From the top, in order of my ratings, number 3, Superstorm. I think his run in the Durack was good. Finally, he gets back to Flemington after having that good run in the Australian Guineas as a 3-year-old, and he should be able to get a good run. It's a pretty awkward barrier, but he should be able to get cover, which will be the main thing. He can sit 3 wide, but he needs cover, and he should be able to do that. So I put him on top, number 3, Superstorm. Number 6, Arameo, is really flying at the moment. His form is brilliant. Second to Zaki. Third behind a Teshu when the race was not run to suit. And then a really tip-top quality second in the Epsom at his last start. I think he's great value at the $8. I put him on top. put him in for second, Arameo. And I think Luna Fox is really perfectly placed here. 1600 at Flemington on a dry track, fourth up, drawn to sit forward, if not be in front. I don't think he will be, but he can if there's no speed in the race. And Brett Preble aboard with 53 kilos. Looks perfectly placed here, Luna Fox, to run a good race once again at a good price. I can't believe he's $34. And his last run in the Toorak was pretty good, right up there with Superstorm and Dallasan and a couple of others. So I put him in for third. Plenty of other chances. The other two main chances for me are Cascadian number 2. He can go one better than last year. He ran second in this race last year behind Yulong Prince. And the other one is Quantum Mechanic. I thought her run in the Toorak was really good as well. And she's dropped to 52 kilos here. And she loves Flemington and she loves the mile. So that's she is definite value at the $19, and she can be backed with a bit of confidence as well. But in the end, I went with 3 to beat 6 and 8. And in the last event of the day, the Group 3 Begonia Bell Stakes over the 1100 metres for the 4-year-old and upward mares, 2 scratchings. Number 13, Blazing Miss, and number 15, Calcani Royale are the early scratchings. They're out. The favourite is number 1, September Run at $5, ahead of number 5, Menage at $5.50, and then out to $8 for number 9, Ballistic Lover. I'm going to go September Run. She's back to the straight. Her form's been very ordinary this season so far, but down the straight at Flemington, that's her home game, and I think she's right here, ready to go. Number 1, September Run. I'm going to put in number 9, Ballistic Lover, for second. I thought her run there at Group 1 level last start was sensational. 1100 metres should suit her beautifully, and she gets in nicely at the weights here. I know she's not a Group 1 winner like September Run, but she gets 3 kilos off her, and for me that's a good deal of weight. So I'll put her in for second, number 9, Ballistic Lover. And for third, I'm going to go for one at a bit of odds here, number 16, Never Talk. I thought her run at Caulfield was very good. It was a big improvement on her first 2 runs that we've seen her this preparation. She's drawn the right spot. She's got a good weight, and Craig Williams aboard, and I'm expecting her to run nicely. So I'll put her in for third, number 16. So I've gone 1 to beat 9 and 16 in the last. Menage is a chance, and Written Beauty, she might be the one that can improve nicely now with the Chris Wallace stable, having started her career at the Hawks stable. Well, that's just about it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you've enjoyed the first edition of the Turfzone preview broadcasts, and hopefully it's the first of many, and hopefully we've tipped you into some winners there for Victoria Derby Day here in 2021. So until Monday, when we have the Melbourne Cup Day preview, have fun, stay safe, and hopefully a prosperous race day tomorrow. On the outside there, that's Vertimer. Then came Shetsuayo coming into the race there in the blue and green colours. Alvarado is on the fence. Then came Redwood Shadow, hit the shot, got to be a long way from them. He'll need to work hard to win from there. So too will Terry Tortoni. And last of all on the inside is Tour of Duty. Rounding the turn into the straight, Kenzan in front of Let's Caracadil. Young Verda comes out. Here's Johnny Get Angry coming with a barnstormer, and he's travelled up beautifully on the outside. He hasn't moved on it, the jockey. Johnny Get Angry moved up with Young Verda on the inside of him. Now he's gone for home here on Johnny Get Angry, and he got away from the favourite Johnny Get Angry in front. Young Verda kicking on the inside. Then Let's Caracadil. It's Johnny Get Angry. He's a good stayer, this fellow. He moved past Young Verda, and Johnny Get Angry got home to win it brilliantly by a length. Second is Hit the Shot. Young Verda third. I think Cherry Tortoni might have just grabbed fourth in front of Let's Caracadil, then Token Spirit, Vertimer, followed by Chetsuayo, then